Hi, my name's Rita Perea.
Hi everyone, my name is Puyan Zulfagania.
My name is Donica Cordell Ray.
Hi, I'm Dinapal.
This is Eleanor Shiraz.
My name is Lian Rita Handaja.
My name is Wyatt Fellows.
Today we have Derry Murphy.
Now we're going to speak with Gianni DeBoce.
So I've been in finance for about a decade, over a decade actually, and I started off in traditional finance and realized after observing the market for a period of time that markets don't exactly move on what most people believe them to do. So it's not moving on the news, it's not moving on fundamentals. So I started learning about the technicals and that helped tremendously, but I was still missing a piece of the puzzle. And then throughout my studies, I stumbled across W.D. Gann, figured out that he was using financial astrology, and then I discovered Ray. And the rest is kind of history. I've been working with Ray now since 2018. I'm the director for the Merriman Market Timing Academy, and I analyze a variety of other markets for MMA as well.
I started to watch Ray's webinars many years ago. And so I found out that he was starting this MMTA training program, Merriman Market Timing Academy training program, and I was so excited. It was so exciting and so amazing, and it has not disappointed me.
Around 2020, I started to do a lot of research, and whilst I was carrying out that research, I came across the MMTA website, and I subscribed to the weekly report, and I think very quickly got hooked on the system because Ray was following the same sort of logic that I had always used in astrology. It was easy to follow, and the results just speak for themselves. So when I heard there was a course that was going to be run, I immediately signed up, and I've not regretted it since.
I started following and learning the differences in currencies, and so I was always fascinated by it. Then I got a master's in finance, and so this is really the culmination of a passion that started back in middle school, high school.
The type of work I do, I look at trends and strategies and identify what technologies maybe we should be looking at. And I wanted to apply that knowledge to particularly financial services and trading. And the MMTA course is a great way of understanding what's happening in the different markets, and it really helps me to find a more methodical way of looking at these trends and deciding when to enter, when to exit.
I was reading his forecasts. I always got stuck with how did he calculate his CRD dates? And why is he talking about certain aspects and not others?
I figured out through Ray's help and Gianni's help that I'm actually a long-term buy and hold investor, and you know that creates a lot of freedom for me in making my investment decisions.
I was not familiar with cycles analysis or that familiar with technical analysis. So I would say all aspects of the course have been eye-opening, and I've just been absorbing as much of it as I can. And there's just so much research and work still to be done.
Structure and a way of analyzing things, because investment advisors or fund managers just say keep holding things. And this gives you the short-term, medium, long-term cycles, because it's not always in your best interest to hold things. But that's their perspective. They don't look for turning points. They just buy and hold. It's been my experience.
I think there's so many things. So one of those things is how to actually take a step back and be able to look at the whole life cycle. Again, in my work I look at product life cycle, but now I'm looking at a market life cycle and understand how that cycle may develop, and exactly when might be a good point to enter and when might be a good point to exit.
Well, as I mentioned, I have over 30 years of experience in markets, so many of the technicals are new, but it's actually great to have seen another view of it, because one knows things and then gets stuck in his kind of silo thinking, so it's good to have the silo break up and have different views. So it was really good to have different views on the technicals from Ray and Gianni. And what was really great is also the cycle approach, which I was doing intuitively, but never as disciplined as Ray does it.
If I have to pick, I would say the cycle. You know, it's knowing where you are at the time with the cycle, help you determine whether you're going to invest, to determine the risk and reward. And other method, like the Drummond method, you know, the PIP, and also using the timing based on the astrology to narrow down your entry. I mean, all of the stuff is helpful. But I would say if I have to pick, it's just knowing the cycle.
The cycles, knowing where you're at in a market was extremely enlightening and helpful to me personally.
Everything. Everything financial was not in my local space. So all the terminology that I've learned, financial, how to read markets.
So this course and this material is for anyone looking to expand and enhance their knowledge on long-term wealth building through markets, whether that's stocks or bonds or commodities or even real estate. We're giving you the tools and the capability to learn how to read charts, learn where we are in time as well with respect to the cycles, and also learn how the planetary influences are impacting financial markets and key turning points. So we want to do another rendition of this course and continue to bring this knowledge to people across the world. This past course, MMTA2, we had over 40 people from all over the world, different backgrounds in finance and astrology and business, and a really impressive group of people that all brought something to the table, and we were able to have a really successful course.
What Ray and I have discussed is that he believes I would be a really great trading psychologist, and I have some background to be able to do that. You know, I am an executive business coach, as I said before, and I work with a lot of executives and people who are business leaders, and am actually planning to begin working with traders in this arena to help them identify habits and behaviors that get in their way of being profitable. And now that I've taken this 2-year program and I'll be a certified Merriman Market Timing Academy graduate, I feel very, very confident that I can help traders get back on their game and do the very best they can to be profitable.
Ultimately, I'd like to become a better trader, which I feel this course has led me to do. But then also I'd like to share recommendations or analyze different markets that may interest other people.
I now can add the tool of astrology and cycle in my analysis. Before, I was just using the technical analysis and based on support and resistance. But if everybody use that, then I don't have an edge among other people. So now I can use the technical analysis, the cycle analysis, add the astrology part to determine the timing. I hope that will be a strong tool for me to trade, or at least, you know, a long-term investment.
Well, obviously use it. Obviously, try to make money out of it. But I find the intellectual part actually extremely fascinating.
Take charge of my own money. So I'm going to use it for my own personal reasons. So if it's a 20 or 30-year cycle, I'm going to be looking at maybe the medium turn cycle.
We just ask that you come to the course with a basic understanding of astrology. We do test for that at the beginning, so by no means you need to have an intermediate or advanced level of astrology, just the basics. Can you read an ephemeris? Do you know what planets rule what signs, what the signs are, so on and so forth. But this course is designed to bring you from zero to hero, so to speak, and to bring you and introduce you the beginner, intermediate, and advanced concepts of technical analysis, which is learning how to read price and trends on a chart and momentum, cyclical analysis, the long, intermediate term, and short term cycles. And then we're going to also teach you how to learn and do your own research on the planetary influences of the financial markets as well. So you don't really need much to come to the table with. We're gonna give you the tools to make your own research afterwards.
If you're thinking about taking this program, I would say go for it. Do not hesitate. You will love it. It's very rigorous. You're going to learn so much. Ray has so many different resources for you, but you're going to love the experience. It's been very worthwhile, very rewarding, and I love my classmates. We've all gotten to gather together this weekend, our graduation weekend, and they are fabulous, amazing people. I've loved meeting each and every one of them, and so we have this ready-made cohort, this community that we've built, and I just know that we're going to be lifelong friends, so that's a bonus to the program for me.
Yes, the one thing I would say is that when I started this course, it was really very much about understanding the complete picture. Often what we end up doing is focusing too much on a very narrow area. By having a much more broader understanding of the markets and all the dependencies, it's made me a much more pragmatic and the way I make the decisions, and I know what information I need. If I don't have that information, I often decide to hold back. But anybody who needs that more information, who needs to understand how and when to enter the markets, I think is a fantastic opportunity, and I would very, very, very much recommend it.
There is a lot of material, and so you need to recognize that as in any good college course or any course that's really good, you take it in and just keep taking it in. It feels like it's overwhelming, right? But the tip is, when you take this material, it does absorb, and you will use it when you need to use it.
Oh, don't think about it, just join. There's no better than now, really. I think it's definitely will add more tools to your trading, and it has been a great 2-year journey. It's not easy, but it's worth it. And I think, don't think about it, just join.
I would highly recommend it. If you do have an interest in financial analysis, in understanding the markets, no matter what your temperament is, whether you're looking at long-term investments, even buy-hold strategies on the equity markets, or whether your temperament is you would prefer to actually trade the markets on a daily basis, even an hourly basis, it is all possible. I personally didn't think it would be possible to do day trading and to link that into astrology. I tried to do it in the past, never been successful, and some of the methodology we learned was really eye-opening, and I've changed my opinion completely.